This is Geek News Central. My name is Todd Cochran, coming to you from the new media production studios designed by Audimute.com in Coldwater, Michigan. The lead stories are Amazon Sidewalk is going to ruffle a few feathers. Tesla's biggest software update ever. Amazon wants the right facial recognition rules for lawmakers. And DoorDash has got a huge security breach. I want to welcome you to episode 1398 of the Geek News Central podcast for Thursday, September 26th. This show is sponsored in part by GoDaddy.com and listeners just like you. Great deals from GoDaddy can be found at geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy. You can support this show today at geeknewscentral.com/insider. We are live on geeknewscentral.com/live. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Not on Twitch. The stream didn't come up for some reason. But I want to welcome you to the show. Thanks for being here. If you're brand new to the show, make sure you get over to geeknewscentral.com. Check out all the great content on the website. While you're over there, get subscribed to the show. It's real easy to do so. All you got to do is click on Apple Podcast, on Android, by email, Google Podcast. Whatever is your flavor, that's what you need to do to get started. So definitely check that out again at geeknewscentral.com on the website. And again, if you're a new listener, welcome to the show. And of course, subscribe to the newsletter while you're over on the website as well. You can listen to this show on blueberry.com, or you can listen on your smart home device by saying the keyword to launch that device and say, play the podcast, Geek News Central. You can join our chat room at geeknews.chat or on Slack. Now, our geeknews.chat room is a piece of cake. It's a Mastodon server. Go over there and create an account. Self-serve. You can participate. Of course, our Slack channels where all the cool kids hang out. And you can get up on that real easily. Real easily. All you got to do, again, is send me an email to geeknews@gmail.com, and that's how you contact the show as well. So definitely get connected on our chats so that you can stay connected with the Ohana here. Again, the email address for comments about the show, gave that to you. Of course, you can reach me on Twitter at Geek News. And of course, you can follow me on Facebook. Partner shows include, and these are all linked at geeknewscentral.com, GNC Week in Review, The Gadget Professor, the Pro Gear site, of course, the new media show and podcast Legends. And you can always pick up Ohana gear at cafepress.com/Ohana store. This show is sponsored by the longest running continuous sponsor of a podcast, and that's our good friends at GoDaddy.com. We got the ability to save you a lot of money, and it's real easy. All you got to do is go over to the website, check out all the deals, and really there's a deal there for everyone, whether it be a 30% off on new product purchases, a $4.99.com, $1 a month economy hosting for the first year with a free domain, $1 a month managed WordPress hosting for the first year with a free domain, or a free trial of GoDaddy website builder, your choice of personal, business, or business plus plans. These are the way to go. These are the way to save money. And again, all these are available at geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy. You too can help out supporting the show, pick up a product or service, or refer a friend or family member to the site to save money. As a matter of fact, I was at an event in Columbus this past Wednesday. It all runs together. And while we were in a podcast meetup, one of the podcasters that was there said, hey, I saved money buying a website using your promo code. So even podcasters are using my promo codes. They are the best way to save money with GoDaddy. So definitely check them out again at geeknewscentral.com/GoDaddy. And we really appreciate it when you link to that on your social media accounts as well. The best savings in the space. Plus, you help me literally now pay rent, keep the lights on, pay the heating bill soon to appear. And at this time, not so much air conditioning, thank goodness. It's starting to cool off. But I will say this, the electricity bill in Michigan compared to the electricity bill in Hawaii, wow, big difference, much cheaper. So that is one thing that I've got going on here. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure you say hello tonight. We want you to make sure you check in. I'm periodically going to be checking to see how the streams are doing tonight. And they're doing okay, not great. But anyway, we got a lot going on, a lot coming up here in the lineup of things going on over the next few days. I drove back last night. I just kind of knew that today's schedule was so packed that if I left the office at noon, I would just kind of lose like half the day because I had to come back relatively early today anyway to get ready for the satellite installer that's coming. Not satellite, the internet installer that's coming tomorrow. And I'm pretty much ready for him. And my brother-in-law is drilling a hole for me tonight. At least I hope he is. If isn't, that we'll be doing that at about 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And but he spent all day here in the office, busy. Just to back up a little bit, Monday, Tuesday, as the team meeting, and almost my entire team in. That went well. Again, Wednesday, completely packed. Drove back last night. Got to look at last week the Tech Podcast Network, new layout, new design using our new network plugin that we've designed at Blueberry. Very excited about that. Hoping soon we're going to be ready. Podcast awards are actually coming up Sunday night, so I got to prep for that on Sunday. International Podcast Day starts Sunday, and then it goes through Monday. I'm doing presentations on Monday. I think the show on Monday night will be my presentation because I'm supposed to go live at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday evening, which is the time I normally do this show. So unless I can get a show in early, which I don't think so, we will do my event, my live event with the International Podcast Day will be the podcast, and I'll share that with you, of course, as a regular episode. So be prepared for that as a little different kind of a makeup. I think you're going to like what I have to say and the conversation that will ensue around it. So you guys are going to get, at least I hope, what I would consider here a treat. I'm going to turn the volume down. You guys are watching, and if you have been watching, you will notice there is a new mic in the mix. And what I did is I brought an SMB 7. We've got essentially in our studio in Columbus, we have 6 of these on a table, and we had one extra one that was off the side. So I thought I'd bring it home, test it, see how it sound. Didn't really have much time to dial it in, but I don't have to be nearly as close to it. Although we'll experiment a little bit here with it. Let me know how it sounds tonight. But I'm on a new mic for the show. It's the same mic that I was using down in Columbus. So we'll see how it is. And those of you that are watching live, let me know how the audio sounds tonight, if it's weak or where you're at. But anyway, that's what's kind of going on here. Got to see some family tonight for dinner. Some folks, as a matter of fact, I have extended family that actually live down in Columbus, in the southern part of the city, and I never see them, but they were up here, so I got to have dinner with them, which was kind of weird. We were talking about, maybe getting together when I'm down there next time. But, talking about my schedule, Tuesday then, I'm going one of 3 places. I don't know exactly where on Tuesday, but I'm going someplace. And so things are going to be kind of crazy. And I'll talk to Kirk about the schedule, but may be off a little bit. We'll see. I'd like to do 1,400 in this studio. So anyway, we'll talk about it. And but again, a couple of weeks of travel back and around. As a matter of fact, October is almost all travel, and won't be spending too much time here. Maybe 5 or 6 days. The entire month of October, I'll be in Michigan, I think. So pure insanity will ensue. But anyway, that's it on what's going on here. Let me go ahead and get into the stack of content tonight. Don't forget, we are available. The show's available right now as I'm broadcasting this. For those of you listening later as podcasts, you don't care, but it's available at live.geeknewscentral.com on Facebook and so forth. And if you are on Facebook, make sure you say hello. And first thing I want to bring up, though, is I talked a little bit about this already, but the International Podcast Day. starts on Sunday, September 29th. And I'll be doing the podcast awards at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And then the presentations that Blueberry has got 2 presentations on Monday. It's all in the schedule, but this is a fun event to watch. The live stream of this whole event. They've got speakers from around the world that'll be sharing information about podcasting. We've got podcasters from Asia coming in, from Europe, really all over the place. Some of the 1 hour sessions will not be in English. All right, so I'm just letting you know that. So if you tune in and you hear someone speaking Spanish or Italian, don't be surprised. It is International Podcast Day. And I hope you'll participate with me and at least tweet that out if you get a chance to do so. Okay, so let's get into the stack here a little bit and let's talk about what's going on. Amazon is introduced something called Sidewalk. And they are going to ponytail on top of a frequency that's being used by other devices now in the 900 megahertz range. And this is kind of an interesting move by the folks at Amazon. In this hardware event that they had, they announced this mid-range wireless protocol for the Internet of Things. And again, it uses a 900 megahertz spectrum, and it has the potential to be a mesh network and work for us up to a mile. So it can talk to devices up to a mile away, which is pretty incredible if you think about an Internet of Thing device being able to be detected or to be talked to up to a mile away. This isn't the first time someone has done something in the 900 megahertz spectrum. The LoRa Alliance publishes a standard that is used by over 500 companies. Now, why didn't Amazon jump on the same alliance? Well, it doesn't allow some of the things that Amazon wants to do. Now, it's not strange for Amazon to introduce their own protocols, but they definitely want to be able to talk to devices across distances. And what's that going to mean? That's going to mean more man-on-the-street hacking attacks and really anything you can think of. And we know these Internet of Things are not that secure. So this is what we could end up with, essentially devices that can be hacked as far as a mile away and really unable to detect. It's easy to see when someone's sitting right outside your house and it can become suspicious, but a lot easier to do something when you're long, long ways away. Moving on here, Tesla start rolling out its biggest software update ever. And yes, they're including Spotify, Netflix, YouTube, and more, plus a lot of other car features. Now, I wonder if they're going to prevent Netflix and YouTube from being played while they're driving. This is software version 10.0 and includes, again, a lot of this new entertainment stuff that we talked about, but even live TV as well. Now, they do state that the video services can only be viewed when the car's parked, but Spotify integration is been a huge request among Tesla users and customers, and they're putting that on. They're also got the ability now, if you're streaming your own music, it'll have album art up on the screen. It'll be a little bit more functional. They're going to have a karaoke feature. Yes, I'm being honest. Karaoke is what they're calling it. CARRR, karaoke feature. So I guess you can have karaoke in the car. Just the last thing I want to do is hear a car full of people that can't sing singing. If you like to go out to a karaoke bar, more power to you. To me, that's not me. That's not a good time. I guess if you get drunk enough, maybe, but some people purposely have parties at karaoke bars. Hey, okay, more power to you. Rock on. So, hey, those of you that are watching the show, You see the new feature in the back? You see what I've got hanging out back there? Oh, yeah. Kind of cool, huh? And now with this new mic, this camera view is actually is pretty decent compared to the other mics. So how perspective changes when you have just a different mic. Moving on now, Amazon wants to rewrite the rules when it comes to regulating facial recognition. And, let's be honest, they don't have the best track record, right? When it comes to facial recognition, they've had some pain points with this. And, they've actually been criticized about their policy. And they say our public policy team is actually working on facial recognition regulations. It makes a lot of sense to regulate. And this was said by Jeff Bezos in an appearance following Amazon's hardware event. So they shared their specific guidelines back in February for the responsible use of facial recognition. And Amazon has, of course, as I said, been criticized for its own Rico, R-E-K-O, ignition system, which showed a gender and race bias. So anyway, Amazon's out there trying to shape public policy and something that maybe they should mind their own business on. I don't know. Time will tell on this for sure. DoorDash. You ever use DoorDash? DoorDash is confirming a breach that affected 4.9 million customers, workers, and merchants. So I've never used DoorDash. I haven't been in a city to really take advantage of this. But the food delivery company said that 4.9 customers were affected in this breach happened on May 4th. Said that customers who joined after April 15, 2018 are not affected by the breach. Okay, so let me back up here. This is an article published today, September 26, 2019. And they say the breach happened on May 4th of, I guess, doesn't make any sense, right? The breach happened on May 4th. The company said, but added that customers that joined after April 5th, 2018 are not. Okay, so anyone that joined DoorDash before April 5th of 2018 were affected by the May 4th hack. Interesting. Hey, Morgan. Hi, Aya. How are you? And those of you who don't know, Aya is in the live chat room. She is responsible for the studio design here. Her team did that. Has her own company, but she works with the audimute.com team. So if you're in the chat, say hello to Aya and thank her for the job well done she's done on the 3 studios. So we all know, well, going back to DoorDash, I'm sure they'll be in touch. They said the company is going to be sending out notices. You're probably going to get some free credit reporting, credit monitoring and all that. They're investigating what's going on. Got some CVV values. I guess the full cards were not taken. But anyway, bank account numbers, last 4 digits of bank account numbers. So maybe it wasn't as bad as some of these other hacks, but bad enough. I went to a movie this past weekend. I had some extra time. I said, what movie did I go see? I went and saw Astra space movie. Not bad. Kind of got predictable after a little bit, but not bad for a 2-hour movie. And the movie theater I was in Ohio was advertising their, 1995, you get to watch 8 movies or something like that. I wasn't paying attention to it because I don't go to movies enough now or have time to even thinking about having one of these, monthly passes. But there are some movie pass alternatives out there. And we'll just kind of go through these real quick. The AMC Stubbs A-List is available, and it was one of the first competitors to announce its launch. Ironically, the service went live in mid-2018 just as MoviePass was dying. So that's out there, and it costs between $20 and $23 a month. If you have a Regal theater in your area, and they've got these in Hawaii actually, you can do Regal Unlimited. I don't think Regal Unlimited was even available in Hawaii. It started at just $18 per month plus tax. And then there's and of course, what does that cost? Yeah, $18 a month. Then you got the Cinemark Movie Club, and the Cinemark lags behind AMC Stubbs A with regards to benefits, but it's also cheaper, $10 a month. So with the Cinemark Movie Club, you get one 2D ticket per month, 20% off commissions, and no online fees. Well, if you go to a matinee, isn't that cheaper than $10? I don't know. ArcLight membership, this is another one. So you save on admissions. If you for $15 annually, you get $1 off each ticket. You can save money at the concession stands, and you get two free tickets to an ArcLight Presents event. So, but this is really only good if you live in Los Angeles, San Diego, Boston, Washington, D.C. And again, you can sign up for the plan for $15 a year. There's the Alamo Season Pass, and there's a few others. So you can check all these out. These are available. If you're looking for some alternatives, and if you have a local movie theater in your neighborhood, they probably offer something as well. After a summer of traveling around the country and being ballparks, Neil Armstrong's spacesuit statues are heading to museums. And I haven't been to any ballparks in years, but these space suit statues, which people have been able to take selfies beside all summer long, they're going permanently to California, Columbia Memorial Space Center, California Hiller Aviation Museum, Florida's Tampa Bay History Center, Georgia Fernbank Science Center, in Illinois, Peoria Riverfront Museum, and Kansas, the Cosmosphere Hutchinson, in Massachusetts, Framingham State University, in Michigan, Air Zoo Aerospace and Science Experience, in Ohio, the Armstrong Air and Space Museum, in Ohio, again, Western Reserve Historical Society, in Pennsylvania, the Center John Hines History Center, and in Texas, the Space Center in Houston. So you go to one of those facilities and take a tour. You too can get yourself a selfie beside Neil Armstrong space suit statue. Scientists are pretty excited. They saw a rare 3 monster black holes that are about ready to devour themselves, probably over the next million years, because some of these are 100. How many light years are they apart? 10,000 or something like that. So anyway, they're pretty jazzed. This is the first time they've ever seen 3 monster black holes about ready to collide. So if you're a space fan, you can definitely check that out. Now, black hatting is oftentimes can be done ethically. So if you're an ethical hacker, there's some places to go. And you can put your hard skills to test without harming anyone. And there are resources that give you a sandbox to hack in, giving you a place to learn while also keeping it legal. So Google has a place called Google Gruyere. I can't even pronounce it. And a few other places here. Hack This is a place. It's a website that invites you to hack the website. BWAP is another. And these are all tools or websites that you can test your skills on. So anyway, I'll have these links up in the show notes. You can get all these details. And, be honest with you. Let me be very, very, very frank. If you have a teenager in the family that is, how should we say it, talented in coding and talented in doing this kind of intrusion type of testing and likes to look at deep packets and that kind of stuff, this is probably a great way to find out if your kid has skills. And to be frank, you can make a lot of money if you're if you're an ethical hacker. There's huge opportunities in space out there for jobs, probably for a lifetime of jobs, if you're a penetration specialist. If you can basically go out and look for holes in code and everything else, high demand for these types of jobs out there. New York is suing Dunkin' Donuts after a hack affected thousands of people. Dunkin' Donuts knew about their attacks going back to 2015, but they didn't tell the public about it for a long time. So New York is, again, nearly 20,000 people have signed up for the company's loyalty program, and those accounts were at risk. The lawsuit alleges that Dunkin' Donuts failed to protect its customers, and the public notification was made in November of last year. But again, it goes back 3 years, but they think they've known. So the state, I guess, is going after Dunkin' Donuts for not being transparent. Google, we've known Google from time to time has had issues with malware. So Google apps laden with ad malware have been downloaded millions of times. And it was bad, really, really bad. Remote configuration files, all kinds of crazy stuff slid by Google security. So Semantics Threat Intelligence, Mei Ying Ti and Martin Zhang revealed they had reported a group of 25 malicious Android apps available through the Google Play Store, which all share similar code used to evade detection during security screening. Those apps have been downloaded more than 2.1 million times. The apps would conceal themselves on the home screen, sometimes after installation, and begin displaying on-screen advertisements, even when the application was closed. Other applications use the same method to evade Google's security screening of the application may remain. And it was published under 22 different developer accounts. All of the apps have been uploaded within the last 5 months. So most applications claim to be either photo utilities or fashion related. In one case, the app was a duplicate of another legitimate photo blur application published under the same developer name. And these were all phoning home, sending configuration files and all kinds of crazy stuff. So there we go. Continues to have issues on the Android side. AT&T is vowing. They're vowing to keep DirecTV despite losing millions of subscribers. I just wonder how long this can continue. Let's be frank. They've lost a lot of customers. But they're saying they don't intend to sell or to offload the struggling satellite TV business. They say DirecTV is an important part of what we're going to be doing going forward. John Stankey, CEO of AT&T's Worldwide Media Division, said in an interview with the Wall Street Journal. In addition to leading Warner Media, Stankey is taking on a new role as AT&T's Chief Operating Officer, making him a second command to AT&T CEO Randall Stephenson. Stankey has been with AT&T since 1985, is reportedly the frontrunner to become AT&T CEO when Stephenson retires. The Journal report doesn't have a direct quote from him saying that AT&T won't sell DirecTV. The Journal paraphrased that part, writing, Stankey defend the company's strategy in the media business that doesn't plan to sell its DirecTV unit. Again, millions have left. They went from 21 million subscribers when they bought it to 17.9 in Q2 of this year. If DirecTV ever went out of business, where I'm living now, no TV. That's the only thing that we have available. So iOS 13 is obviously out. I have upgraded. My phone kind of upgraded on its own. But there's a variety of less known improvements. And some of these you may not know about. Safari on iPad OS loads the full desktop version of a website you visit by default. This is sometimes a problem if you want to load the mobile version to access something particular. And you can change how it loads a website. You can request a mobile website in Safari. And also, are you someone like me who ends up with dozens of still open websites in Safari? I have stacks of them. So there's a way now to scroll down to the tab section and select close tabs and it'll collapse them all. It's awesome. You can also automatically have them close after a day, week, or month. And you can also open all the pages contained inside a bookmark folder. That's pretty cool. Just open the bookmark drawer and tap and hold the folder icon. and you see the page in all four controls saying copy contents, open in new tabs, edit, delete, and open a new tab. It opens them all at once. There's ways to reduce data. There's some stuff there's some things you don't see. It's using some intelligent duplication detection so that you won't see duplicate images in any gallery views. And of course, if you're sick of those marketing emails, try to unsubscribe, but those continue to come in. They've got additional advanced features to block some of that. There's colorful flags. There's you can manage your message apps. Lots of stuff there. Better battery life. I went to black or dark mode on mine. I don't know if I like it that much, to be honest with you. Moving on here, the best streaming boxes and sticks. You don't have to break the bank to get a good device. And of course, the regular candidates are already here on the list. The Google Chromecast Ultra. I haven't used Google Chromecast too much recently, to be honest with you. I mostly use the Roku streaming stick and the Apple TV. I don't have a 4K one, but I have an Apple TV. But they're recommending the Apple TV 4K. The PlayStation 4 Pro, I don't know if I'd have had that on the list myself. The Xbox One S All Digital Edition. Those are the 4 devices that they're recommending for you. What say you? What is your favorite streaming box? geeknews@gmail.com for your comments. Let me switch this. There we go. The FCC is approving an additional $950 million for broadband in Puerto Rico. So it's making good on its plans. And again, commissioners voted in favor for an additional $950 million to improve, expand, and harden communications in Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Over $500 million of this will go towards fixing broadband in Puerto Rico over the next 10 years, where roughly $250 million will go to mobile data over 3 years. The Virgin Islands will receive $180 million in 10 years for fixed broadband, with another $4 million devoted to mobile. And it works in some of the similar ways it happens here, and how they're going to dole that money out. So we'll see how this goes. Uber has launched an incubator. And you say, what is a incubator? Well, an incubator is basically where they take some money and they throw it at their employees to build a cool product or service. And their process follows what they call lean startup methodologies. We provide support and resources to teams with a compelling opportunity so they can rapidly pressure test the business model and iterate their ideas toward product market fit. Once the business is proven sustainable, it receives funding consistent with disciplined business building practices to scale to the next stage and merge into the overall Uber platform. Now, that's what we're doing at Blueberry. We launched a Skunkworks project where we're given, what's really cool is we're giving our employees 8 hours a week. That's a big commitment, 20% of their work hours. We're giving them 8 hours a week to work towards a group common goal on a new platform idea. And my board of directors came up with that idea, and I presented it yesterday and wrote up the production document for it on what this was going to look like in the end, and I handed it over. They had their first meeting today, and they came back to me and with a planning document and said, we want to change some things. And I'm basically hands off. I'm acting kind of in a dual role. I'm acting kind of as a customer, and I'm also acting as the still the owner of the company, but as, playing both roles. And I said, convince me why we should do this. And I gave an instant sign off because of what they suggested was convincing. And I make them document and follow this all up. But I am excited just to cut the team loose, and we're not giving them any marketing guidance. We're not giving them any GUI guidance. No influence by me on what it's going to look like or anything. Angela's going to be able to answer technical questions, but other than that, the team's going to build it on their own, and we'll see what we have in 8 to 10 weeks, and whether or not we're going to reveal that to the public. We'll test it internally. So I'm kind of excited. It's fun. It's something to do here, a little different, out of the box. And overall, I'm excited what it could be. And I think it's going to, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do over the next 8 weeks or so. Moving on, Facebook will test. Oh, and Jeff says, DoorDash is not offering anything. Information access not sufficient to make fraud transactions. Oh, thanks for that info, Jeff. He says, I got the DoorDash email today. So they're not giving any type of financial tracking. It says that there was not enough information revealed for fraud to be committed against the customer. All right, well, we'll see. Facebook has decided it's going to is testing what they're calling hiding likes. So the test will be limited to people in Australia. So those of you that are down under, does this start hiding likes on its own site? The company's now officially started a test that removed public visibility of like, reaction, and view counts from people's posts and ads across Facebook. This is going to be happening only in Australia, though, and Facebook told Engadget it has not decided whether the test will expand to other places in the future. Facebook said it wants to get some initial results from Australia before eventually deciding which steps to take. So if you're a Facebook user in Australia, that means that while your friends and family will still be able to like and add emoji reactions to your post, they won't be able to see how many others interacted with it. The same goes if you want to see how many people liked a post from someone you know. That information on counts will not only be visible to the author of the post, you can still see the number of likes or reactions the posts are getting. It just won't be public. So what they're trying to do is see if stuff is really liked and people aren't just jumping on and hitting like because they like. So anyway, this is an interesting move here, and we'll see what they come up with this experiment. OnePlus has been revealed. OnePlus has finally reviewed its TV after weeks of teases, and this is a pretty nice TV according to what everyone is saying. Again, OnePlus has finally fully debuted it. The OnePlus TV Q1 series is first coming to India. And what's it going to cost if it's going to India? It's a 55-inch 4K QLED panel with support for Dolby Vision and HDR10. The Q1 has a good mix of connectivity options with HDMI 2.0 and a 2.0 port on the back, and built-in Wi-Fi as built-in Bluetooth. It's promised it will ship with Android TV. And it's going to cost, $985 for what they're calling the Pro variant, and a higher series at $1,407 US. That seems very, very high. And they have a dock that they're selling with it too. So, interesting move. And I'm not really familiar with this particular company or product, but it seems awful high for India. Verizon has officially turned on 5G in New York, Boise, and Panama City. So Verizon's 5G city count is now up to 13. The BBC is reporting Amazon announced a Alexa integrated glass and ring. Again, as part of Amazon Day 1 editions, the company's launched a pair of integrated glasses called Echo Frames and an integrated ring calling Echo Loop. So I'm sure we're going to see more and more and more stuff coming out. Match.com is in trouble, and the U.S. regulators are clashing with them. Apparently, and this should come as no surprise, Match.com was using fake responses to dating profiles to tempt people into paying. It's kind of like a little bait and switch type of thing. And of course, Match.com says this is widely overstated. In its lengthy court filing, the FTC central allegations, Match.com sent users fake love interest ads to tempt people into paying monthly fees. While Match.com can be used for free, only those who pay can see who has sent them a message after viewing their profile. Many of the fake responses from accounts Match suspected were fraudulent and run by scammers and bots. Subscribers did not get messages from those accounts that they've claimed. And anyone subscribing in order to respond to these supposed love interests would find a scammer on the other end. So the FTC added that although Match took action against those accounts and regularly shut them down, this action would mean anyone subscribing to find out who was interested in them would be told the profile had vanished. In either event, claims the FTC, the consumer was left with a paid subscription to Match.com as a result of a false advertisement. So in a detailed statement posted on Match's media page, the company said the FTC was widely overstating the impact of fraudulent accounts. It also accused regulators of cherry-picking data and misrepresenting internal emails to bolster its claims. Match says it developed technology that blocked 96% of fake or bot accounts within 24 hours of them being created. So we'll see how this goes. I'd like to see what's the result of this, because I hear this from people all the time saying that all there is out there scammers on these dating sites. Android 10 Go Edition is coming this fall with speed and security boost. And of course, Android is one of the biggest, the largest computing platforms in the world. Well, for mobile, it is. And the version of OS most people use isn't ideal for low-power hardware. That's why Google debuted the Go Edition of Android back in 2017, with Android 10 now rolling out to a few phones. Google's detailed the changes coming to the Go Edition of the Android 10. These phones will still be slow compared to flagship devices, but Google's promised faster app launches and encryption. Because there are literally very, very inexpensive Android phones out there. You can get them for very little money. And it's good because oftentimes people, they're on tight budgets. That's all they can afford. So Google's pared down the operating system so that it will work much better with those underperforming phones. Apple's now putting warnings in iPhone 11s. They're telling users, or basically, they're trying to scare users into not using third parties to basically repair displays, because this is a money center for Apple. And what they're actually doing, and this is really rotten. This display is going to work, but in the About section, it goes, important display message. Unable to verify this iPhone has a genuine Apple display. And we know that Apple rolled out a similar message for the iPhone XR, XS, and XS Max earlier this year. That one was for batteries. That message said, unable to verify this iPhone has a genuine Apple battery. Health information not available for this battery. The company activated this particular warning in iOS 13.1, and it may also tell users the company has updated device information for an iPhone. By that, it means the device will make a note that is an unauthorized part for service needs and safety analysis. And the messages are pretty hidden. They won't have an impact on the way people use their devices. However, Apple's issued a strong warning in their new support pages telling users that using non-genuine display parts going to unauthorized service providers could lead to multi-touch issues, incorrect color, calibration, and ambient light sensor problems. Of course, that's what they're going to say because they want you to come buy their expensive glass. This is pretty big. The U.S. Justice Department is reportedly opening a Facebook antitrust investigation. And this will be the fourth antitrust investigation into the company. And I guess this shouldn't come as a surprise, the number of companies that they have bought. And this is actually being headed up by your House of Representatives Judiciary Committee and a group of bipartisan attorney generals. So this is not the Senate and the Republicans going after Facebook. This is your Democratic-controlled House of Representatives. So it's not known what exactly the Justice Department investigation will focus on. So let me read this again. The social media company faces 4 concurrent investigations. Okay, so the FTC is separate, and then you have the House Judiciary Committee going after them as well. So apologize for my internal confusion here, because one doesn't mean anything or have any relation to the other. You guys are all scratching your head saying, Todd, you're talking about the FTC. Why are you talking about the House? Well, the House is already doing their own thing. Uber has overhauled its app in an ambitious bid to become the operating system for your everyday life. The company's new app is basically got everything in it. It's got food, scooters, public transportation, bikes, and of course, cars as well. Oh, and they're getting involved in virtual restaurants and a whole bunch of other products that they announced as well. So they had a flashy event in San Francisco, as you would expect. And there's a bunch of interviews that the CEO did. But if you haven't updated your Uber app yet, you will see some major changes to it. Google, Cloudflare, and Firefox have added HTTP-3 support. This is the next iteration of the HTTP protocol, starting to make its way into production systems. So customers will be able to enable an option in their dashboards and turn on HTTP3. I don't know what it does. It says that means that whenever a user visits a Cloudflare hosted website, the connection will automatically upgrade to the new protocol rather than being handled via older versions. So is it faster? What is HTTP 3? It's a new next protocol, which content moves from servers to clients. It's different from everything came before, and it's a complete rewrite of HTTP and uses QUIC protocol instead of TCP, and also comes with built-in TLS encryption support. To understand how HTTP 3 works, you must first understand how the OSI network model works. I am not going to go into this. Of course, TCP was designed in the 70s, and nobody expected it to be used in near real-time communications as it is today. So, anyway, I'm assuming it'll be faster, better, gooder. Twitch has made a change here. They're looking for a wider audience, especially YouTubers. And the company which Amazon bought 5 years ago for more than $1 billion, again, has these grand ambitions. On Friday, the annual TwitchCon event in San Diego, the company show off a refreshed design while unveiling an advertising campaign meant to emphasize that Twitch is an all-purpose live streaming platform rather than just a medium for showing video gaming sessions. The game campaign arrives after Twitch lost one of its biggest stars, Tyler Belvins, known as Ninja, a gamer with 14 million followers. He kept his viewers entertained with his running commentary as he worked through his way through a marathon session of Fortnite in August. And he's jumped to Mixer, which is run by Microsoft. We haven't been able to get back up on Mixer. We've had some trouble over there. So I have to have some time here in the studio to do some, what would they call, troubleshooting. All right, so I did a headphone review that was up on geeknewscentral.com. It's still up on geeknewscentral.com. You have 1 day left, a chance to win those headphones. So look at the website, look at the information, and you too can be entered to win the headphones that I did the review on. They're from Broski. And we got a pretty good list of people that have already applied. But I've got to do the draw for this. Let me look here. Essentially tomorrow afternoon. So if you listen to the show Friday morning and you want to be in the contest for the Broski headsets, follow the instructions on the website immediately, all right? And hopefully we can give that away to a winner, but a lot of people have applied that I don't recognize. So again, geekcentral.com, you'll find the link to the Broski review, and definitely check it out. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for being on. Again, the Monday show will be my presentation for International Podcast Day. And then scheduled TBD. Lots going on. I'm on the move. Plenty happening. Exciting news potentially coming. So definitely appreciate all of you being here and being part of the family. geeknews@gmail.com is the email address. Definitely want to hear from you. Let us know how this new mic sounds, even though I did nothing to dial it in. Let me know what you think. Again, it's been my pleasure to bring the show to you. Those of you on Facebook, thanks for hanging out. Rick says, it's about time Twitch to go beyond gaming. I thought their launch promo was really good. And we've been on Twitch for a while. Of course, it didn't come up tonight, so maybe they made a change. But Rick, thanks for your comment. So again, next event I'm on is Saturday for the new media show. We've got a guest coming in from Singapore to talk about international podcasting. He's going to be very late. It'll be we're going to go an hour early to accommodate him, so he can get to get bed by midnight. But we'll be going, I think, live at 11 a.m. Eastern, which is great for me because I got a lot to do on Saturday. So new media show on Saturday, podcast awards presentation Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then 2 Blueberry events on Monday, one of which will be this show at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to tune in for that, I'll probably have the YouTube stream up. All right, everyone, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the family. We'll see you on Monday with a kind of a bridge show. Everyone, take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.